You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream. This is AfterBuzz TV for America's Next Top Model. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest America's Next Top Model news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for America's Next Top Model.
Hello, everyone. I think I hear hot model beats. DJ Jesse, am I right? Woo! Woo! You know we love the hot model beats here on AfterBuzz TV for America's Next Top Model All-Stars. I'm Jackie Miranne, and I absolutely cannot believe that we have one more week to go until the finale. Where this season has went, I don't know. It has flown by, but when it comes to this episode, guys, 1 week to go until the finale, Final Four, I never thought my mind could be more boggled than when Dominique got kicked off. But Laura, who I now have come to love, getting kicked off, and we were talking about this with my co-hosts, the possibility of Angelie being in, the winner? I just cannot believe this right now. And here to talk about it with me, of course, is the amazing Mari Fagel, who is my partner in crime. Hey, Mari.
Hello. I was tweeting all about Angelia last night, and sometimes I was wishing that she wasn't reading my tweets because they were so terrible. But we'll discuss Angelia. I hope to God that she doesn't win, and I know some people on Twitter felt the same way because they told me so.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you're tweeting it, Mari. And, of course, never holding anything back, the all-star herself, Brittany Brower, is back. What's up, Brittany?
Hey, what's going on? Happy to be here.
And, of course, BrittanyBrower.com, the amazing host of Topped Off, amazing web series. You guys, of course, have to check that out. And finally, those hot model beats from DJ Jesse Janity. What's up, Jesse?
What up, ladies and AfterBuzzers? Before we get started, though, I just have to ask Brittany a personal question.
Please do.
Have you ever met Tyson Beckford? And how...
Yeah, actually, I've hung out with Tyson before. We had an event together in Vegas once. So, yes, he is actually extremely nice. He's really sweet. And like I said before, y'all know I was in Greece. So, yes, I met him there.
Well, so, Brittany, next time I need to be invited to the same room or vicinity as you and him. We need to make
He is gorgeous.
He's
kidding? Just as beautiful. I mean, he's better looking in person. He's stunning.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Well, Jesse, you said this was going to be your favorite episode, and I don't know if it's still your favorite given the way things are looking with the contestants, but as far as Tyson goes, oh my God, we'll get to him. He made all of those girls, melt to the ground, and I probably would do the same because he is hot.
Yeah,
so
he
hot.
is. He really is.
And Tyra sucked his thumb. What?
No, please.
Oh my God. Okay, I know we're probably going to talk about that, but I was dying when I watched that. Sometimes Tyra has the ability to make me feel so awkward and so uncomfortable. It's unbelievable.
It is. He's really good at making you feel real uncomfortable.
Well, we'll definitely get to that. But first, guys, I just cannot believe that our girl Laura, who I really have come to fall in love with and really want to make it to the top 2, just like that, she's gone. She just tweeted out, actually, saying, wish I could call in, so I don't know, maybe we'll get a surprise call from her. Definitely don't think I should have went home. So right there from Laura herself, we all agree, Laura, but you kind of know. But guys, did you kind of know she was in for a major challenge when they started this episode off with the blog challenge?
Yes.
I mean, you know she's dyslexic. Come on, that's like, you know that was going to be a tough one for her. But I definitely want to talk about this one because it is such a huge platform now to be a blogger. And Vogue Italia, or Vogue.it, that's amazing. Franca Susani, I cannot believe who she ended up liking for this. But when I heard that you would receive a 7-night stay at that amazing resort, oh my God, I would have written my heart out for that. And they got to choose outfits, pick amazing locations, have somebody go and photograph them. So very interesting challenge. What did you guys think? I wish we could have read the blog excerpts because that would have really made such a difference to know what they wrote. But I guess we could get a little bit of a feel for it. What was your take on this blog challenge?
That is weird that they didn't let us hear that they didn't read them out loud. You know, so we can get at least an idea about what they were saying in it. They really didn't do that, so it's kind of hard as a viewer to judge or look. You know, we just were kind of looking at what they're doing with their pictures. But I thought Allison was going to do better in this challenge. I thought, you know, and like, didn't this just seem like something that Allison would probably nail?
Yeah, I absolutely thought Allison would nail it. But you know what was funny is I kind of got the sense, I don't know if we could read it over anybody's shoulder at some point because I feel like I was able to read a little piece of hers somehow on last night's episode, and I felt like it was like way too artsy. You know, blogs are supposed to be like, yeah, like too hard. Yeah. And that's even what I'm surprised Franca said that about her. You know, I didn't think there was anything as too uppity for Vogue. So I was pretty surprised.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you could tell as they were all talking about what they wanted to write about, whose was going to be good. And I could tell Lisa was going to do a good job because she was talking about, like, how she wanted to write about Greece and her own life. And you could tell that she had a good blog. And then the thing is, I knew Angelea was going to win, like, the second that she kind of, like, mixed Greece in with her own life back in New York. I don't know, the whole thing. The thing is, the way they edit the show, I can often tell who's going to win things, who's going to lose things, just based off of the comments that they choose to include. And so it's like I knew Angelea was going to win that challenge. I knew Lisa was going to get, Laura was going to get kicked off. Like you can tell the way the comments that they include.
Yeah, it's the way that the things they put in, like Angelie saying, you know, I haven't won a challenge yet. You know, like her saying that, and then Laura talking about her, you know, like being the last to leave, the way they kind of talk about it. I don't know. You can kind of tell like that wasn't going to be. It was they're, you know, editing, or they were showing it to, you know, kind of, you know, make it seem like Laura was going home.
Right. Now, Brittany, were you around for this?
I wasn't with them. I mean, obviously we're still there, but I wasn't with them on any of that. Like we weren't with them when they were going around and doing the story stuff, you know. So no, I'd heard about the win. I'd heard about like what the challenge was, but yeah, I didn't. Obviously, I was kind of watching along with everyone else to see kind of what they did, and okay, so they had to go take photos at places. So yeah, I did. That was all. That was pretty new to me.
Right. So okay, so we're watching this blog challenge, and Angelie comes up, and first of all, she's like, "If you can't write a blog for Vogue, you ain't gonna win All Stars." Okay, so how does someone like
I love when you do those impressions. They crack me up because it's so different from your personality and from you. I would pay you to speak like that for a whole 24 hours.
I know. It's so fun. I love it.
Okay, if anybody wants to pay me, I will do it. No problem. But I do enjoy imitating her. I don't know why. But, you know, when we got to her and just hearing that line, and especially Brittany, now I'm sure, Mari, you're familiar too, but Brittany, you have to know in this fashion industry what someone like Franca Cesani from Vogue is like. I mean, she was probably so snotty about it. She didn't even want to meet these girls in person. She was like, just send me this. You know, she probably didn't even want to deal with meeting them. How could she like Angelie? Like, let's be realistic. How could Angelie be the winner of this challenge?
Because Tyra, this is America's Next Top, not going to be Tyra. That's what the title should be called. Because Tyra knows that, yes, we can let Angelea win and it'll be fun and everyone will be like, oh, my God, I want her to win because she had a great personality, but she's going to get washed away. She will never be Tyra Banks. And that's what...
You just nailed it on the head. And I love hearing people say that actually, like, viewers that see that. And it's not just us saying that contestants, because we've all been saying, I've been saying that since cycle 4, that Tyra doesn't want any, like, major big personality, anyone that's bigger than her or acts like bigger personality than her. She doesn't want them to win. She wants someone that'll kind of fall at the, wayside. Like, she doesn't want any competition, even though, this is what I've said a million times, we're not competition with her, ever. We're so far behind her. I mean, she's big. I don't know why she doesn't want to, like, help us out more or get a real true winner so to give the show more notoriety, like Idol, where they actually go on to do great things.
Insecurities, Brittany. Insecurities. Because think about it.
I don't know.
No, listen.
I think you guys are going a little too far.
No,
I think you guys are going a little too far because I think Tyra, she definitely gets on my nerves. Like I said last night when I was watching this episode, like, there's the typical shameless self-promotion in every single episode, and she definitely gets on my nerves. But I don't think that she's, like, purposely not allowing the best girl to win because she feels threatened.
I don't think she thinks about it. I don't think she's sitting there thinking, I feel threatened by this person. I think she's just turned off by other big personalities. Like, there's only one, cock in the hen house or whatever the saying is.
Exactly.
Like, kind of the same thing. Like, it's subconsciously, like, she herself likes to go for that underdog kind of person, that one that don't have this big, loud personality. It's like, that's just how she is, and it's proved on so many winners of so many cycles. And it just, yeah.
Well, and not only that, Mari, like, I get what you're saying, and that's what I would like for it to be, but it's, for how many years have I been watching this show? How many years have I seen Tyra Banks? And don't get it twisted, I'm not about to, like, shit on Tyra Banks right now, but, like, Tyra has done a lot, and she does a lot for people, but... However, when it comes to these girls, she could be doing a lot more. She gives them a platform, but it only goes so far. It can be pushed to another level, and it can continue to be pushed to another level. Like you just said, Brittany, American Idol. These girls go on tours. Like, what happens to the other girls on this show? Yes, everyone can cling on to the America's Next Top Model brand, but the more seasons you have, the less that gets watered down after a while.
But, remember I was on cycle 4 and it was a big deal, and there's only a handful of us. Now there's, I don't even know how many girls there are now. It's like over 300 of us.
Exactly. And look at
it's definitely lost it. Yeah.
And today's episode showed it to the max. It was just like, well, are we selling your book, or are we trying to see which one of these girls has what it takes? To me, why are you in every single shoot with these girls? When it's a music video shoot, you got to be in it. When it's all this stuff, you got to be in it. And then Mari, the only reason I'm really going to go out and say it is because for all of these girls to sit there and say, well, I really don't know Tyra. What? That makes no sense to me. If you really are this giving person, this caring person who wants to help these girls, that's how you're going to help them.
Yeah, we don't know Tyra. None of us do.
And it just...
though, he does help you guys in the first place by giving you a platform just by being in the show in the first place.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I get that. But it comes to a certain point, and we actually have a caller on the line. Caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Jody Hill. I'm from Kentucky.
What up, Jody?
Oh, hello and welcome. Are you a friend of Laura's?
I'm a total fan of Laura's, and all of her values and everything good that she stands for. I don't even watch anymore because she's not there.
Oh, well, how do you know her? You're friendly with her from Kentucky?
No, I really just I just watch her on TV like everybody else, and I'm just so proud of her. And she just put Kentucky, like the true people of Kentucky. That's the way girls are in Kentucky, and it's not like the stereotype that you see and what people think. That they're hard workers and they're smart and they have goals, and she just really made everybody proud. And I was just disappointed, so disappointed that people with such low self-esteem and feel sorry for me and that came out there and are still there, and she came home. I was just so disappointed.
It's so true. We all hate it too. We love Laura, and she truly is has such a beautiful soul and heart, and she's so friendly, and I love her too. It was disappointing to see her go.
She does so much for children that have dyslexia in Kentucky. I mean, she is just really out there trying to, she's really out there trying to help children that are less fortunate. Like every day, I'm always hearing something about Laura did this or Laura did that, or Laura came to talk to my 6th grade class, and I'm just like, good Lord, how does she have time to do anything? But
what did you? I think we all feel the same thing, but you know what's great about where she's come is how much she's done as being an example and a role model for people with dyslexia, and just great, normal, nice girls that come from great families and have a great heart, because look at how far she got, and she got asked back on a whole nother huge season, so you have to be happy with that, right?
Yeah, and I don't care what she does, what comes her way in the future. I know that, like, everybody around here they're going to be watching, no matter, waiting to see what comes up next for her. She's amazing. Her just everything about her, and I've seen her like around town or in Lexington and stuff like that, and who she is on TV is exactly who she is in person. She doesn't change or anything. She's just kind-hearted to everybody, and just such a hard worker. I mean, she never turns anybody down, and people, and it just seems like everybody's always just like trying to get a little bit of her attention, and I've even seen her in the mall, and she just can't even, it don't even seem like she can shop. People are just bombarding her, but she don't even care. She just keeps on listening to everything they have to say.
I have to ask you, what did you think about the judges saying that she was too sexy? And I have a feeling that's one of the reasons they used to justify kicking her off. But did you understand that, them saying she was too sexy? Is that a bad thing?
Well, it was kind of like, I was like, why, if she's too sexy, then why would you give her that whipped cream? Well, and she's a young lady. She's not a child. She's a model.
I don't know why it's a problem that she's too sexy, because she's 21 or 22 years old. She's a full-blown adult woman, 23. And she's beautiful. Yeah, she's gorgeous. So what's the problem? Who cares if she's too sexy? Is that really a problem? I mean, I think that's a plus.
I think they were just kind of looking for. Yeah, I don't think it was a problem at all. I think they were just trying to create a problem to have some reason, because it kind of feels like, and I've been a long-term viewer of America's Next Top Model. I have loved it and watched it forever, but it just seems like lately it's kind of changing from good values to just like a frantic attention. Give me some, people, viewers. I'm losing viewers. Let me do whatever I can do to get some viewers, because it used to be kind of like wholesome values and used to mean something. But even being sexy, we watched the Victoria's Secret runway show, and that was amazingly sexy in a good kind of wholesome way, the kind of sexy you want to be for your husband, and not like a potty mouth cheap person. But there's nothing wrong with being sexy. You know, you if you're married or you're a young woman, you want to be a little bit sexy. You know, it's not like she's 16 or something. And
I think she's the right amount of sexy. I think she's great.
And even speaking.
And you know what?
Too.
I'm so glad you brought up the whipped cream because, and Brittany, you've talked about this before. Like with Lisa, how they told Lisa, oh, don't like jump and spread your legs, and then they'll like put her in these shoes where she has to. The whipped cream, it's like they tell her last week, don't be too sexy, and then they have her sticking whipped cream in her mouth. Like, what do you think she's going to look like when she's sticking whipped cream in her mouth? Exactly. And so the judges like take these, they create these bogus criticisms, and then the next week they set them up in these situations that they're going to have to like say that criticism again. And
what was the one?
Yeah, because it seems like it's all already planned out. It's all already planned out, and then they start contradicting themselves, but nobody's looking back to say, oh, yeah, well, that might be a little bit naughty putting that whipped cream in my mouth, but go ahead and do it because we'll use that for a reason to let you go.
And it made absolutely no sense. It was like
What model is going to be given a can of whipped cream, that gorgeous white dress that she had on? She looked amazing. What model are you going to go, here's a can of whipped cream, put this in your mouth? And being a model, you instantly think, how am I going to make this whipped cream look sexy and good? You know, like, what am I mean? Yeah. And then Tyra kept saying, no, you're doing too sexy. Like, do it where you're like, you know, you're obsessed with that whipped cream. Like, you just love it. Like, you just want it all in your mouth. Like, and like to be like gross with it. Like, I'm sorry, if I was given that challenge and I went up there and then I like was putting it in my mouth, kind of like, you know, maybe a little seductively or whatever, like just, you know, like I'm enjoying the whipped cream. But I would never go up there and just like squirt it really hard and squirt it all over my face and be like, rah! I mean, who would do that? And that's kind of what like Tyra was saying. She was like, no, you're obsessed with it. Just put it, shove it in your mouth. Like, you don't care. Like, da-da-da-da. I'm like, well, who would have automatically just wouldn't do it that way?
My sister has younger children, like preteen girls that love the show, but she wouldn't even let them watch it last night because of all the sexuality that was in it, like Tyra putting Tyson's thumb in her mouth. You know, I'm just like, oh my gosh, how can that not be assumed to be incredibly sexy? Just that popping his thumb in her mouth.
That was not sexy. That was just the most uncomfortable minute of television I watched last year.
Very true.
Mari, so true.
Yeah, you know, the thing about the whipped cream, no whipped cream, she's just a beautiful girl that is young, and there's no way a beautiful young girl is not going to be somewhat sexy. I mean, it's just a given. I think she can still be her brand, and I think she did stay true to her brand the whole season. So, you know, even though it's so sad that she went home, the one thing I think that she will say is she stayed true to exactly who she was, and being who she was just naturally is a little bit sexy, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. That's for sure.
They also made her look so bad. They also made her look so bad in the photo shoot, like when they dressed her up as a homeless person. And I haven't read Modelland, so I don't really know about the homeless chapter. But like they made her look terrible. Like no one's gonna look good in a photo or video when they like put dirt on your face and have you like going through trash.
I know. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating because is it a model competition? Is it an attention competition? You know, what is it? It's kind of just falling to searching and reaching. It's like a really far reach so that you don't even really know what it is anymore.
Well, I have to say, we all know that it should have at least been Laura, Lisa, and Allison as the final three, and I think everyone can agree on that it should be those three. But I don't know. I guess they need a little variety in the top three, if you know what I'm saying. They can't, you know, like there's politics and everything. So I don't think that one person should
and you know, I know that whatever Laura goes to, she's just going to make us all crazy proud.
Whoa. All right, ladies, we also have another caller on the line. Caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, it's Manny Roman calling from New York.
What up, Manny?
How are you?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Manny. We have a lot of opinions flying on the show tonight. What was your opinion of last night's show and Laura getting eliminated?
Completely disappointed that Laura got eliminated, but then again, Brittany and Laura last week did say that the girls are just getting sick and tired of being surprised. So anybody who goes home, it's going to be a shock value. But I do agree that I still think that it's a strategy. I still think that I'm going for Allison and Lisa, but I still think that it's a strategy. And at the end, I still firmly believe that it's a show and it's going to be a Cinderella story. From what I see, I think it's going to be Angelie.
Do you really think so?
Boo.
I'm sorry?
I think it's awful because she's been in the bottom two more than anyone else, and her photos have not been as strong. She's done pitched more fits on this season, had more outbursts, had more ridiculous, weird, crazy moments than anyone else. It is a shock that she's in the final three, and it is going to be disgusting if she wins.
Oh, I totally
The thing
agree.
is, though, Manny,
I totally agree. I totally agree.
I agree with you.
That if you're seeing the pattern that it's going, everyone's being shocked with who's getting eliminated. And it seems to be that she's the underdog. She's got the most airtime. And I really firmly believe, like all the other seasons, not every season, but for the most season, Angelie, even if she tried, she can't overshine Tyra. So it's the obvious. For this season, I am rooting for Allison because the body of work that Allison has done, even in her cycle before and in this one, I mean, Allison just slays it. But it also goes back to like the whole personality issue. Like even when Dominique got eliminated, if they were going to go and eliminate someone with no personality, if that was their true case, then it should have been Allison because Allison is an amazing model, but she's always quiet and doing her job as a model, so it goes back again to a strategy, a television show.
And you got to remember this too, and I agree. I was going to say I agree with you completely. I just think that this season's like it's branding and it's an all-star cycle. So I think that it's not just about modeling; it's about the full package. That's why, of course, as everyone knows, I'm rooting for Lisa because it's about singing, writing, dancing, just big personality. And I think that's why it's an all-star ultimate cycle. I think you have to have like kind of all of the qualities. So that's why
You're right. I do see Lisa. I do see Lisa as for us, like as far as looking at the all-star package, the ones that are left, I do see Lisa taking it all because even though Lisa's older than the normal model that it's posing in Italian Vogue, she still can pose like nobody else.
Yeah.
So, and she has all the great factors, But I think Angelie, like, were any of you surprised that she got like really the crying scene? She got the scene that she could do the best.
Of course, she cries every episode, and like that got her points. I'm like, what? She cries every photo shoot. What's different? What? Why is she getting points for that?
I will tell you this. Knowing Angelie personally, she is a beautiful woman. It takes a lot to pull a good picture out of her. But knowing her personally, like she stayed with me on occasion, she's very gifted at writing. She is aware of the fashion designers. As notorious as she's known for being notoriously, as we can say, ghetto, like that's just who she is. But deep down, as far as her interests, a lot of people don't know that she can write well, and then she is aware of the fashion designers, who's in at the moment, who's not. So I was sure when I saw that they were going to write a blog and Franca, I was sure that Angelie was going to go, okay, I'm going to go in. I got my skills, because a lot of people don't know that about her, So I wasn't surprised that she won that, because you have to know her personally to know that she has that skill. But on the other hand, you're right, Brittany, the one that should win at this point, and as a given, who's been consistent, should be Lisa.
Well, Manny, I'm so glad you brought that to our attention because I would have never guessed. You're right. We did not know that about her. And I was for one, stunned when she won that blog challenge. And, you know, I'm so glad you brought that to our listeners because that makes things a little more clear in my eyes. But what I will, you know, we were going to start talking about the photo shoot, and you called in at the perfect time for that. What I need to go back to is the fact that you said it takes so much to bring out a good picture in her. And so square one, my problem with Angelie has always been that she is not really in the epitome of a model, and with a brand, building a brand has to start with being a great model, and that's why I don't understand why she's in this competition still. And Brittany, let's definitely talk about her breakdowns, because if anybody else would have breakdowns on this show, they'd be kicked off for that. So I can't believe that she gets, as you said, gets points for that. And Mari, I feel like you were ready to chime in there. What do you think of all this?
I was going to say I really agree with Lisa, because Lisa said that while she can tell that Angelie's heart is in it, and I don't think anyone denies that, and that she really wants it, that she is not prepared to be an all-star because she is not emotionally prepared to handle it. You can't cry on shoots because you're nervous or insecure or not confident. That's not professional. And so I don't think that she is emotionally mature enough to handle winning the title.
Absolutely agree. And Manny, I feel like you are kind of agreeing with us and Brittany on that. Any response there?
In regards to, I'm just still shocked that she's still there. I mean, like I said, I shot her several times. It takes a lot to get a good photo out of her. When you get it, nobody's going to be booked on a job again. I mean, everyone could book a job, but the key is to get rebooked. And she is still, even as an all-star, still is not at the ability to get rebooked. So the fact that she's gone this far, again, it has to go, and I'm not sure Brittany agrees, but it has to go with the fact that we're still watching a show. There's a strategy. She went on cycle 12, didn't make it. The whole story with sleeping in the bathroom stall at Penn Station, I think in New York, just to come to the tryouts, didn't make the house, went to cycle 14, made top 3. Now she's an all-star. I really do believe that if it goes to her favor, it's because they want to give a Cinderella story, if that's maybe believable. Because anything else, they can pull the pictures out of her. If it saves Italian Vogue or whatever, if it saves the whole competition, all the prizes, they can pull the rest out of her. But I'm just surprised. I can't really say too much anymore in regards to Angelie, because I'm not here to bash her, but I don't believe she belongs in the top 3. I definitely think she should have gone home a long time ago. And even she said it in the entry part of the show last night. I did not think I was going to make it. And in her words, I'm for real. I thought it was going to be Dominique. So it comes to, even she knows she doesn't deserve to be there, but she's going to keep using that, I'm on my grind. I'm going to cry, see if it takes me to the next show.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think if this were a regular season, then the Cinderella story, even though I wouldn't agree with it, I could at least see it, but not for an all-star season. And that's why I'm really glad that I feel like Mari, Brittany, myself, we're all in kind of agreement on Lisa. Let me just talk about Lisa for a second. And Jesse, I don't know if you have those pictures from the video shoot to pop up there, but as we talk about Lisa, you know, she got a very awkward scene as well with the mother and the baby and having to hold this fake baby. When they played the video shoot out, part 1, the only person I noticed the entire time, and these dresses, by the way, were gorgeous. The only person I noticed the entire video was Lisa. Lisa, to me, stole the show. She's talented as a singer. She's now showing she's talented as an actress. She can take dramatic pictures. This is everything an all-star needs to be. And now that we're down to these choices, I'm Team Lisa all the way, because she is everything that an all-star needs to be. And I'm thinking we're all in agreement on that, except Manny, I know you were going for Allison, and we'll talk about her in a second and what I think about that. But do you guys agree that Lisa just totally stole the show with the video shoot?
I totally agree. And this is what I'm going to say about the difference between Lisa and Allison. Allison is America's Next Top Model. Lisa is an all-star. And the difference is Allison is a stronger model. Lisa is the total package. And this particular season, they are looking for the total package, which is why all the challenges have been not just about modeling, but about blogging, about a music video, about writing. You know, one of the things is an extra guest correspondent. And so it's more than about the modeling this time around, and it's about the brand and the marketability and the personality. And no one can deny that Lisa has a stronger personality than Allison. So Allison is a stronger model. But I will say Lisa did rock the video with the screaming and the running and everything.
Well, just for the record, I am team Lisa, completely all the way. I'm just saying the fact that we're just getting so many surprises and we just don't know where it's going to shift, because at the end of the night it's a show. But I am team Lisa, and I do agree. Allison is America's Next Top Model, and Lisa is the all-star factor. That's for sure.
Well, I'm glad we agree. Jesse, Brittany, what are your thoughts?
I definitely think it needs to be Lisa when it comes down to it. Look at the personalities. Even if we're basing it off personality, putting Lisa up against Angela, like no one needs a crybaby. No one needs that. I mean, there have been times with Lisa I've been a little disappointed with the way she handled herself in some of the situations. But overall, photo-wise, personality-wise, we know what we're getting with Lisa, and she still has the ability to surprise us. Versus Angela, it's just like, we could have had Dominique, and it just would have looked nicer.
Right. Brittany, and I'm sure, I mean, we know you're a La Puccinetta all the way, but what did you think of her scream in the beginning of that video? Oh, did we lose Brittany? Okay, we may have lost her. All right, well, let's move on to Allison then for a second. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move on to Allison, and you can't deny that she does take amazing pictures. But can we talk about the fact that it came down, she is the reason, it came down to an hour and a half deliberation where my friend, actually, Ken Mock, you saw him pop up on the screen there. That was the producer yelling, "Let's make a decision, guys," because I was so happy that Tyson called her out for what she is, which is not really that interesting as far as a personality. And he said, hands down, all the Laura fans would be happy about this, he would rather work with Laura on a set. And I was so happy that Tyson stood his ground on this, because they're all so quick to praise Allison, but we're forgetting, as we all just mentioned, this is an all-star season, not a top model season. So I was so happy that Tyson gave the feedback he did. What did you guys think?
I mean, honestly, guys, do you love this photo? Don't get me wrong. Now, listen, it is a pretty photo, but I don't know if I love it. I mean, it's like we've seen this with her so many, the eyes and just like, look, I don't know. It's just, it's not interesting to me. I'm over it. It's like the same picture every single week, and I'm over it. I'm done. I don't want to know.
That is the thing with Allison, is it's somewhat one note because of her eyes. It's like every photo, you're always going to go directly to her eyes, and so it's like a blessing and a curse at the same time, because she's going to look exactly the same in kind of one note. But it's always an incredible photo. You know what I mean? Like,
but
always an incredible photo. It's
Mari, do you want to know who she is? Do you want to get to know this girl by looking at this picture? To me, I feel like I could read her like a book. Like, we're just gonna sit here and pick flower. Like, I don't know. Like, she doesn't pull me the way that the personality-wise, she doesn't pull.
That's why I'm saying she's not an all-star. She's a model.
Knock the bitch out.
I'm sorry, I got disconnected. What girl are we talking about?
Allison.
Hey, Brittany.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just saying that I love that Tyson jumped in and really spoke his mind about the fact that he did not find her interesting. He is as well a movie star, and he said he'd take Laura any day on a set, and that caused a 1.5 hour deliberation because he was calling for an override.
Yeah. Wait, what was he calling her?
No, he was calling on Tyra to override the decision.
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah.
But you know, Brittany, I'm pretty sure you can speak for this part, Brittany, that I think that was just a show to say that it was an hour and a half of deliberation, because there definitely have been longer deliberations where you girls have been stuck in a room waiting for hours and hours and hours. That was definitely for show.
I don't know. Tyson seemed pretty strong about it, though.
Yeah, he was definitely.
He was very strong about it, but he's also a paid guest to appear in the show. So his opinion, it was valid. Anyone would have Lisa any day on the set, but that 1.5 hour deliberation, I was like, really? They had to bring that on?
Well, I kind of, I for one didn't mind that, because I just get so sick of the judges being so obsessed with Allison. I really do, because as we just said, we're all getting over her, and they're in their fashion heads, and they're not staying true to looking for an all-star, and I'm so glad that Tyson brought this sort of fresh perspective.
I like Allison. She's interesting. She's got a unique quality about herself. That is fantastic. That is great. Think that she should be on the show, and I loved her all the way through. I like it. But now we're getting down to the end, and I think that you have to do all of the equation. It's not just, one part of it that makes you an all-star. It's a whole huge package. And that's why I think someone, like Elisa, who's got so much going on and personality oozing out of every crack of her, and got not only with great photos, great at challenges, she's won so many of them. She's always got her Lisa-isms. She's got so much of her personality, and everything she does, you can tell it's Lisa. It's so much of a branding. It's ridiculous. And I think if it's a branding season, she should win it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. And even when she's in judging, and I don't know if you noticed, Brittany and everyone online, when she's in judging, whether she's getting a good critique or a bad, when she gets the bad one, she still lets the judges know with a facial expression, like, are you really kidding me? But because she's true to herself, she's true to that spiciness, like, really, you're going to try to get at me for this? And she stays true to herself.
She's not afraid.
To the next episode.
She's not afraid of those judges, and she never has been. She's strong-willed. I never saw when the girl got nervous once through when we would even talk when the show was still going on. She's extremely strong and a huge personality. I think she's exactly what top model finally needs as a real winner. Someone that's got such a big personality. I want someone to steal a little bit of Tyra's sunlight. She's got too much of it. I want to see someone else really do something. And I think Lisa could finally be the person, the winner, that actually goes out and makes a record, makes something that's her own clothing line or whatever, and really becomes to that next level, not just a reality star like it, unfortunately, all the rest of us have been. I want to see someone really bust out. I mean, trust me, swear, I hope to God it's me one day.
No,
but I think for this thing, for All-Star, it really can be Lisa.
I agree with you, Brittany. I think that she's the one girl on this show that can walk away from this and say, you know what, I did the modeling thing, and that's what got me to this point in my life, and now I'm done with the modeling. I'm this, and because she's going to take that next step as an artist, it's almost like, but then again, this comes into our theory with the Tyra theory, that it will launch Lisa into something that Tyra couldn't compete with. Because Tyra tried the music situation, that really didn't work out well at all.
Yeah.
Other than the show, and her little music video she did for that. But you know what I mean? I don't think modeling is Lisa's life. I think there's so much to her, and that's why she's really shining this season.
Even if Lisa were to win, I don't think modeling would be her thing. I don't think that she would be getting booked to walk top runways and things like that. I think she'd be more of a personality. I think she would, if she won, she would build her La Puccinetta brand. She'd rock the Extra gig and the Vogue.it blogging. And, obviously she'd do, the cool, funky fashion shows. I could see her doing, D² and stuff like that. But I don't think that if she won, she'd be that that
no, and
always
she doesn't want to do that. Talk to Lisa about it. She's not trying to be some model still. She wants to be a star. We all know, Jackie does too, modeling is not make you famous anymore. We're not in the 90s. This is not the Cindy Crawford era. You know, I mean, modeling is not a real big career anymore. And Lisa doesn't want that. I don't want that. We don't want that. We want to be like, she would be a star, a celebrity. She wants to do her band, do her music, and do acting, do it all.
But you know the thing with that, even though she doesn't want to model anymore, the best thing about Lisa is that with this title, America's Model Star, I believe if she wins, she knows that if given the opportunity to do a cover story about her career, about her brand, or to endorse a product line, she knows, I got this down. I can give good face. I can give you a photo. Mm-hmm. It's not what I want to do, but I can make my brand look good because it's part of my package as well.
Right. She has the ability.
She is literally the full package.
Yes.
Right. I think we're all in agreement on that, which is great because we are Team Lisa all the way. And let's get into last thoughts because we all called for Laura kind of being a setup with the whipped cream. And just the train to Crazy Town off the track with this video. What are your last thoughts? And Jesse, if you want to rave about Tyson, here's your chance to get some last thoughts in. Let's start with you, Mari.
My last thoughts are just, remember you guys shared that Angelea was going to be the winner because I don't remember why. It was like something about the list of names and Angelia's was in a certain order that it seemed like she was going to win. I'm like so nervous that theory is going to be proven correct. It's just the way it's been edited. I have a feeling that they're going to play out the whole ghetto Cinderella story and that she's going to win.
Oh no. Well, we'll save that for predictions. And Mandy, let's give you a chance. We didn't quite have you on the line. We were talking about Laura. We had a huge fan of hers call in. What did you think of Laura getting eliminated and them sort of setting her up with the whipped cream?
I don't think she should have gone, but I'm still stuck. Even though I may seem boring to keep saying this over and over, all I can say is it was a strategy. It was obviously made for her to leave because being too sexy is also part of an important attribute to being an all-star. You have to have the whole package, and again, it's just strategy. And I just think that we just have to tune into next week to find out who's going to shock us next.
Absolutely. Jesse, do you have any last? Brittany, do you have any last raving to do about Tyson before we head into some news and gossip and predictions?
Tyson was the best thing about this episode. I really didn't need to see Tyra Banks reliving her book for the millionth. Weird. I'm not even. This episode made me not want to even read this book. I was like curious, like what is this about? Like what did she write about? What did Tyra Banks write about? Is it going to inspire women? Is it Tukey? Like when she started explaining, I was just like, oh no, it's crazy. It's gonna be something like Candyland on crack. Like I don't want to see it. I don't want to read it. I'm sure, and I believe I'm not hating because I'm sure it's inspired people. I'm sure it's great. I know Jackie, you probably read the book. Personally, for me, this episode just made me want to go online and look at more pictures of Tyson Beckford.
Yeah.
Brittany, what do you think about Tyra's crazy dream being played out?
Oh, my God. I mean, I think it's ridiculous. Once again, let's make a whole episode about something I've done. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But Tyra, it doesn't shock me, though. I mean, of course, she's going to plug everything about her life in any way she can, so that's fine. I'm thinking past that point already, but one thing I did want to say that I didn't like what Angelia said in one of her little OTF or one of her comments on camera was, they underestimate me from where I'm from. I'm like, no one underestimated what your zip code was or you were born or where you live. It's your attitude is why we underestimate you.
Oh, I'm totally with you on that.
It's like, who cares?
I'm totally with you on that.
She says friends I have from bad neighborhoods. Those are some of my best friends. I mean, I have friends that grown up like, no dad, living with a single mom, with a grandma too. I have great friends like that, and they're like my best friends, like sister, for example, like my best friend. I love a good, rags to riches story like anyone else, but your attitude sucks.
Well, I definitely agree with you on that.
Wait, though.
You can be from a bad place and still be a good person and, like, not necessarily have to be so rude to everyone else and have this negative shell around you at all times and flip out all the time.
And, guys, I want to just ask you guys, because, I mean, like, I grew up in a not-so-great area, and I was privileged to move someplace that was, much better than where I grew up. And a lot of my friends are still from, where I originally grew up, and knowing that type of a personality, I don't buy it from her. I just kind of feel like, they pulled. I just don't get that whole rags to riches story from her, because she's not thankful. She's not respectful.
No.
And people who come from that usually really are. And you can see it. Like, you can see the honesty. Yes, they're fierce. Yes, they will not cut down everybody who is in their way because they're hungry and they see what they need to get to. However, there's a sense of honesty within them. I don't get that from her at all. Not one little bit.
I think she uses it as an excuse to be a bitch.
Exactly.
And to cause a scene every other episode or every episode. I think she just keeps using it as, where I'm from. No, we get it. We know where you're from, and you still suck. Like, your personality is you're still not a good person. Right. I mean, love her.
Brittany, I feel like you really had to vent about this. Well, I certainly could go on forever about Angelie myself, and I could imitate her all day for a certain price. But let's get to a commercial, and we'll get into some news and gossip. And Manny, thanks so much for joining us tonight, and we hope you call in for the finale.
We will. I will. Thank you.
Great. All right. Well, let's go to a quick commercial, guys. We'll be right back.
Actually, Jackie, we're not going to take a commercial break because we're running up on time, so we're going to go straight to news and gossip.
Okay, let's do it. All right. Well, your news and gossip for this week, Brittany, you better listen up to this one. Vietnam's next top model may sue its own contestants for $238,000. So you guys have all asked on multiple occasions how, what happens if reality show contestants reveal the details rather than keep mum. And 3 contestants from America's Next Top Model inspired Vietnam's Next Top Model are about to find out, as a picture was allegedly leaked of the 4 finalists. And now the executive producer is saying that the show may take legal action and against the contestants that they believe are responsible for leaking the photo. And an estimated compensation of $238,000 will be what they're asking for. So when everybody asks why we have to sort of keep our mouths shut to a certain extent, this is a good example. Could you imagine, Brittany?
No, absolutely. That's what I've been scared of my whole time. I'm always terrified of that contract. I don't want to release. I'm so careful not to release or tweet or say anything that I know, even when I want to so bad, or I'll not want to so bad, just release it. But I'll think, y'all just wait about this. I'm like, I can't say anything. I can't say that this person will be there next week. The episode's not done yet.
Exactly. So
everything cannot. I have to be so careful. Just with everything I do and everyone I talk to, we all do, not to let any details out that would give away, who's still there.
Right. So now you guys get a bit of an idea what might happen. And certainly myself as well, coming from a reality background, I know how scary those contracts get. So I feel bad for those contestants. But on another note, we talked about Tyra so much this week and her reasonings behind what she chooses to do with the models. But she's getting back in front of the camera for her first magazine cover, get this, in 3 years, for Berlin-based I Love You magazine. And it's certainly an eye-catcher. I don't know if we can show it for our Ustream viewers, Jesse. But the last cover that she has done is the Harper's Bazaar cover in 2008. And this new cover will be titled Miss Powerhouse. It shows her in a canary yellow outfit and theatrical eye makeup. This is the 7th issue of the magazine, and it's called The Wrong Issue. The question is this the wrong fit for Tyra, or do you think she's working it?
No, that's disgusting, horrible. What is this? This should have been the cover of whatever her book is called.
Modelland. I think it's why she's doing her makeup like that. She wants it to look like that eye from Modelland.
It's Tukey. There we go. Tukey right on our
There
screen.
we go. Mari, what do you think?
Jackie, did you read the book?
I have not gotten through this crazy train of emotion. No, I do have my signed copy, and I started it, but I was saving it for my plane trip to LA next week, as I will be live for the finale with Miss Brittany Brower and special guests. But
don't lie, girl.
No,
don't lie,
I did not
girl. You
finish
put
it
the
out
book
yet,
down.
So.
Don't lie, girl. You put the book down. You started it, and then you're like,
Exactly.
No, I will not say that. She signed my copy. I am not going to say anything bad against Tyra. I like Tyra.
No, you know what? I am going to actually buy the book because I need a good laugh, and I really want to see what else in this. I need to know.
I'll wait for the movie to come out.
As long as I'm buying it, I paid for it. I can make fun of it if I want to.
That's right. You know, the thing is, guys, no matter what you want to say about the book, I give her credit for coming up with this insanity, because I really don't even know how somebody can come up with this crazy. I mean, we've been told by some guests who've called in that she has the craziest imagination you could ever think of. But this book shows it, that's for sure.
Lady Gaga.
And, you know, guys, we were talking about one last piece of news and gossip. We were talking about her interest as far as helping other models and whether she sees them as competition. But this has to negate it a little bit, because she's constantly doing things to help models and aspiring people. She did a Google Plus hangout on Twitter where she gave all sorts of critiques on beauty and how it's not just one size. She shared her philosophies for the 17 magazine's Fiercely Real model contest. She said things like, girls with curvilicious bodies that aren't stick thin are amazing. Beauty isn't one color, one size, or one body type. She says, remember that flaws aren't flaws, they're what make you you. Embrace your beauty, big booty or big forehead. So, I mean, she's constantly trying to amp up self-esteem for women. She also did this Fiercely Real model search today in Wilhelmina Models in New York, where the prize was money from 17 magazine, a photo shoot with 17 and Tyra Banks, being a style correspondent for 17, and a paid trip to New York City. So she's constantly doing things to give people a chance and to promote beauty and self-esteem.
Because
I don't know if I agree with you guys.
Because it makes her look really good.
Yeah, I mean, Jesse, thank you. I thought you in the studio right now.
What's that?
I mean, I can't, never mind.
I didn't hear you, Brittany, but I'm sure it was something good.
But we actually got to start to wrap up, guys, because we have our next show that needs to come in. So
all right. Well, we could go on forever, but that's okay. We have the live finale next week to sum it all up, Top Model fans. I will be live in LA with a very special guest from this season. And I don't mean Brittany Brower, but she will be there too. So thank you so much, Brittany, Mari, and Jesse, and our special callers. Manny, thank you so much for calling in. Laura fans, we love you. We're with you, and we'll see you guys next week live for the finale.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Bye. See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.